Hello, my friends. My name is Ellen. Welcome back to my Southern Kitchen and the 8th episode of Ellen's Fall Baking Series 2024. Today's recipe, I'm going to share with all of y'all an old-fashioned classic coffee cake. And my friends, it is so simple and easy to make, the bomb.com delicious, and we're going to top it with a brown sugar cinnamon streusel. How yummy does that sound? Everybody's going to love and enjoy this, and this is great to serve on a cozy fall or winter day. And I'll post the complete recipe along with the instructions down below in the description box. Also check out my previous video, Sweet Potato Butter Swim Biscuits. I'll post the link to that down below in the description box. So turn on your oven, grab your brown sugar and cinnamon, and get you a cup of coffee sugar, because we're about to bake some coffee cake magic in my Southern kitchen. Here we go. Alright, my friends, the first step we're going to do is prep up our dry ingredients. We need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. So we're going to start with the 1 cup measurement, and we're going to fluff it up. And level it off. And voila, perfect cup. And we're going to pour it into my bowl and sifter. Now we need 1/2 cup. Just repeat the process. And the perfect 1/2 cup. And into our flour, we're going to add in our leavenings, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon each of baking soda and table salt. And sift these together, or you can whisk them if you like. Okie dokie, dry ingredients are done. Now we're going to set these aside while we work on the wet ingredients. In my large bowl, I have 1/4 cup, which is 1/2 stick or 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter at room temperature. And into our butter, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of canola oil, or you can use vegetable oil. It's going to give the cake a great texture. Next, we're going to add in 3/4 cup of white sugar. And using my electric hand mixer, we're going to cream these on medium speed until they're fluffy. Or you can use a stand mixer if you like. Alrighty, our butter and sugar and oil is nice and creamy. That looks great. Alright, my friends, next we're going to add in 2 extra large eggs at room temperature. Add them in one at a time. Now we're going to add in 1 extra large egg yolk, also at room temperature, and mix that in until it's well blended. Scrape the bowl occasionally. Alright, my friends, now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, that's a cupful. And 1/4 cup of sour cream at room temperature, and make sure you use full fat sour cream. Going to make the cake nice and moist. And continue mixing until it's well incorporated. Alright, my friends, now we're going to add in the dry ingredients. And mix that in. Alternately with 1/2 cup of buttermilk at room temperature. And mix that in. You want to begin and end with flour. And I'll post a link to my homemade buttermilk recipe down below in the description box, or you can use store-bought. Last of the buttermilk. And last of the flour. And mix until it's well combined. Be careful not to overmix. All right, my friends, our cake batter is complete. See how luscious and smooth that is? That looks great. Now we are ready to pour it into our baking pan. We're going to pour it in an 8 by 8 inch square baking pan, and I sprayed it with baking spray, or you can grease it with butter and flour. Alrighty, now I'm going to shake it and bang the pan a little bit to get the air bubbles out. Now we're going to set the cake aside while we work on our brown sugar cinnamon streusel. We need 1 cup of all-purpose flour, so we're going to fluff it up and level it off. A perfect 1 cup, and we're going to pour it into my bowl. And into our flour, we're going to add in 1 cup of packed light brown sugar. Next, we're going to add in 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And last but not least, we're going to add in a 1/2 cup, which is 1 stick, or 8 tablespoons of cold salted butter, and I cut them into cubes. And you can use a pastry cutter or a fork, but I'm just going to use my clean hands, Cook's Best tool, and we're just going to cut the butter in until it resembles large crumbs. Alright, my friends, our streusel is done, and we got large crumbs. That looks great. Now we're going to sprinkle it right on top of the cake. Alrighty, now we are ready to put our coffee cake in the oven. Oven's preheated to 325 degrees. We're going to let it bake for 55 minutes. And I'll bring you back. My friends, look at this beautiful coffee cake. I just taken it out of the oven. And it smells heavily up in this kitchen. And look at the streusel. It's nice and golden brown. Now I'm going to let it cool completely. And this is optional, but I'm going to add on a vanilla cinnamon glaze. That is totally optional, but I like it a little bit more sweeter. Let's make the glaze. In my medium bowl and sifter, we're going to add in 1 cup of powdered sugar. And into our powdered sugar, we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a pinch of table salt. And sift these together, or you can whisk them. Alrighty, into our powdered sugar mixture, we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now we're going to gradually add in 4 teaspoons of my favorite milk, evaporated milk. And whisk until it's well combined. And that's it, my friends. Our vanilla cinnamon glaze is complete. Got it to the right consistency. That looks great. Now we are ready to give our coffee cake some sugar. We're just going to drizzle it right on top, like so. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? And there you have it, my friends. Old-fashioned, classic coffee cake. Doesn't that look good? So now I'm about to cut me up a piece, and then we'll give it a taste. All right, my friends, I got my piece of cake right here, and I'm serving it with some cinnamon sticks. And of course, gotta have a cup of coffee. And that's why it's called coffee cake, because you serve it along with some coffee, and there's no coffee in the cake. Now it's time for the best part, the tasting. Here we go. Look at this texture. So moist and dense. Perfect. Look at that. Have a bite. Decadent. And I love that crunch from the brown sugar cinnamon streusel. And the vanilla cinnamon glaze is fantastic. I'm in cinnamon heaven. This coffee cake is divine, my friends. Please give this recipe a try. This deserves another bite. Yum-o. Coffee cake-licious. My friends, many thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video recipe, please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And for more Southern magic in my kitchen, hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so that way you'll be notified when my new videos come out. Also, follow me on social media, Facebook, Ellen's Homemade Delights, and Instagram at Ellen Delights. And please send me an email, ellenshomemadedelights@gmail.com. I would love to see your beautiful creations with my recipes. And I'll see y'all on my next video. Let's eat, much love, and happy fall.